David Wright. He's the 129th third baseman in New York Mets history, and his play is helping fans forget the previous 128. In just 3 full seasons in the major leagues, the Mets clubhouse leader has played in 2 All-Star games and has an impressive career .311 batting average. But it's not just baseball and endorsements for Wright. His foundation that bears his name is dedicated to supporting important causes.
David Wright, All-Star third baseman for the New York Mets. Welcome to Big Idea, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we've got you in this kind of taking the extra base segment, which obviously you're a ball player, but tremendous lessons about work ethic. But before we get to that, I'm a Met fan, man. What the hell happened?
Oh, what a collapse.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
It's something that, I'm young, fortunately, so, we can put it behind us. And I hope that, sensing that loss, feeling that pain helps push and motivate us for next year.
How does it along, we have other segment of the show we do, coming back from the bottom, the gut check moment, where everybody in business, everybody in life talks about, those low points. Obviously, unfortunately, I have lower points when it comes to, personal things, but in your business, it can't get any lower than that. So what do you think the lessons you're going to take away from that going forward are?
I just think being in the pennant race late in the season, we have a young core group of guys. So having that life experience, having that experience where you have to play your best baseball at the end of the year, moving forward, that'll help us next year when we're in that same situation.
It was actually painful to watch, literally.
It's painful to be a part of.
What happens to the psyche of a team or a ball player? You guys are obviously an excellent team. You obviously have the talent. Yet, over a period of time, it gets so bad, everything goes bad, where the losing almost felt like a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you're in it, and you go into the ballpark that next day, day 7, day 14, does it feel any different? Do you say, what's going on around? What are you feeling?
Well, that's the difference in the psyche that we had the last 2 weeks compared to the rest of the season is when you're going well, when the team's playing well, you're winning, you go there and expect to win. Doesn't matter who you're playing, doesn't matter who is pitching against you, doesn't matter who's hurt in your lineup, you're going to win. That's the attitude that you have. Those last 2 weeks, it was almost, man, I hope we win today, or, we're just hoping that things go our way or we get a lucky bounce or something like that instead of going out there and just grabbing it.
Just a little baseball news, and we'll kind of get back to a little bit of your brand. New York sports, obviously huge news. Joe Girardi replacing Torrey. Torrey's going out west to the Dodgers. As you're a guy and you see that, and you see a guy, when you're watching that, I know you're going to say politically correct things. Are you saying, wait a second, that's bull crap. Torrey's got 4 World Series, and this, or are you saying, it's a business, maybe they did need a change? As you're kind of an omniscient observer to that.
I'm a huge fan of Joe Torre, first and foremost. The way that he carries himself with the class, and to see the way that the players back him, the Derek Jeters, the Jorge Posadas, the Mariano Rivera's, guys that I have the utmost respect for in this game, when they back a guy like Joe, it makes me feel that stronger about the situation. So I'm a huge fan of Joe Torre. I'm not happy that he went out to L.A. because now they're in the National League.
Yeah, good point.
It was unfortunate what happened with the Yankees. I personally would feel that, a guy that won me 4 World Series would, get a little more respect than what he got.
You've become kind of a marketing bonanza in and of yourself. Vitamin water, we had my buddy Darius Bykoff on the show, who since sold the company for a couple of $2 billion. Now, you are one of the endorsers, and just like 50 Cent, who I read got $100 million for his piece, I read that you actually, for your endorsement, once it got sold, turned into a $20 million bonanza for you. Is that true?
Not quite, but, we can get Darius on the phone and get the rest that I'm missing. But
the one thing I always can't stand in ads, there's nothing you can do about it, when an athlete signs on with a product, and the Mets were not signed on. So when they shoot you, you got to be in like the goofy non-Met uniform, and it's not you. There's 100 ads like
pajamas.
This. Yeah, it's just always so. It's like right. You stand there, there's nothing you can do about that.
I agree.
Hey, I know you're involved with the foundation and with my good friend Michael J. Fox.
Yes, I was fortunate. Worked with Michael J. Fox a few times. He supported a 5-Star Kids Foundation, a thing that we do, bringing underprivileged kids out to Mets games, all the home games. Also went to his gala last year. I have a big event coming up November 15th. I started the foundation to help out MS. Since then, we've branched off to the NYPD, the fire department, children 9/11, some local hospitals here, children's hospitals. So a big gala coming up November 15th. We're going to have the Madden Brothers performing. Just a great event at the Hard Rock in the city, and just a great event for a great cause.
Good to see you. Good things happening to you, man. Unfortunately, you look like you're 12. It pisses me off. Next season, better one, right, man?
I appreciate that. Thank
you.
you.
New York Mets third baseman David Wright, who will lead the Mets to the pennant next year. That's 162 games, by the way. More Big Ideas straight ahead.